Hi, it's June 22nd, 2014. I'm going to introduce you to my Compost Tea project. And then I'll go and show you a before picture of the garden. So we have two large containers, and I put one ice cream bucket full of compost into the container. Fill up the container with water. I also put in some alfalfa pellets, which are horse feed, and a little bit of sugar, brown sugar. And then, of course, the magic ingredient is the air pump, which is from, one is from a fish tank, which I had to buy, hiding it from the sun. And the other one is one of your mother's young living diffusers that has served its purpose, and she allowed me to have it. So we have the air hoses running into the tubs of water and tea, and each each pot of tea cooks for 4 days. So if I have two on the go, that means when I stagger them, I can put tea on my plants every second day. Let's have a look at the plant. With this tomato plant, it is not doing very well. Now, obviously I haven't had an opportunity to get started with the tea on these things, so this is the before picture, and after a month or two of great success with this Miracle Grow tea, we'll show you what this tomato has turned into. Now, looking at the garden, you may just be able to see some little carrot seedlings down there, and I am going to be putting the tea halfway across the row of seedlings, so we can see if there's any difference between the tea seedlings and the no tea seedlings. A little further down here, a little different, but we have beets. Oops, here are the beets. We just looked at some. I thinned these out yesterday, so they're not too bad shape. Now we're going to look at the other grow box. We have onions, and see that shadow? So these will be nice onions in any case, but I'm going to see how much better they do with some of the tea. And if we, dang shadow, we go this way. Better idea here. Then a little further down here we have our bean plants. Now obviously they've been growing for a little while. I got the garden in late, about a week late this year for one reason or another. So these beans aren't looking too bad, but they're not the greatest. Now here we have a zucchini plant. This will be interesting because you can see the white powdery mildew on the leaves, and I made the mistake of planting this in the same location as I did last year, and of course once that stuff is in the ground, it's there to stay, and it'll keep recurring with your whatever you plant there if it's like the zucchini. So this compost tea is supposed to help that powdery mildew, so we're going to see after a period of time if it does or not. We also have here my two plants of asparagus. We won't harvest any asparagus to eat this year, but it's a good start. And then some of you are familiar, of course, with the horseradish patch, taking over one end of the garden. We just don't use much horseradish, but we got plenty whenever we want it. And of course our little apple tree, loaded with apples this year, and they're always, this poor little fellow just works so hard. I'm going to back up and you're going to see if there's anything to compare it to, just what size it is. It's just a tiny guy. See that little fellow? produces great apples though if you're patient. We'll just have a quick look over here at the raspberries. And your mom's going to be out briefly, shortly, to start picking some. There are a few ripe ones there if you look in the right places. And if you look in the not the right places, you'll find some that aren't ripe yet. Oh, I'm not looking in the right place. There we are. Yeah. But should get a good crop of raspberries this year, as we usually do. One last look at something else. What makes it all happen? The compost. Now, I have very little compost left, as you can see, but over here is the pile of compost that we'll be working with when I make some more tea. If I look in here without looking too far, I should be able to find, well, I can't, of course. Creepy crawly. Should be a worm in there for us. There we go. There's one. Not a very big one, but at least one. So now over on this side, this is the fresh stuff. This is mostly grass clippings, and I've got to put a little more, pour this compost on there and mix it up good. And if we look in here, we won't find a worm, but we might find a rat. See that little hole down at the bottom? Right there. Just made yesterday. They go in there for the food. Can't say that I blame them, but although it's not my style. We could dig around there and see if we could find a rat if you like. That'd be fun. Okay, let's see what we can do here with my shoe. Can't be bothered. No rats today. Alright. Now let's see if we can put this together.